Hi, this is Scott Siskin. I'm the president of First Republic Mortgage Bankers. When you need a mortgage, call First Republic Mortgage Bankers and deal direct. Eliminate the middleman. No mortgage broker fees. Stop wasting your hard-earned money on your high-rate mortgage and your credit cards. You can save every single month by refinancing. You personally can save every month by locking in the lowest rates in over 30 years. And we make house calls to the entire tri-state area 7 days a week. Call 718-380-0006 if you're buying a home or you want to refinance your home. 718-380-0006.
We say good morning to Scott Siskin at First Republic Mortgage Bankers. Scott, unbelievable news coming out of the bank. The bargain fixed rate at 5%. 5%. How long do you think this is going to last?
I don't know, but, you know, we like to make things interesting and exciting here at First Republic, and this is historically basically the lowest rate that I've ever seen in the entire time I'm in the business. So this is available for conventional and FHA. That's also exciting. So if you can qualify for conventional, that's great. You know, you have the benefits that go along with that, meaning lower closing costs and not having necessarily to have a PMI or an MIP as long as you're borrowing less than 80%. However, if for different reasons, you may need an FHA due to credit score, due to the fact you may want to go up to 95% loan to value. Whatever the situation is, it's there for you. You don't get penalized by having to pay 6%. We were also offering 5% on the FHA. The number to call to get the facts is 718-380-0006. You can lock in these rates over the phone. The loan officers will be able to tell you what program you qualify for, what your payments would be, how debt consolidation may or may not be appetizing for you, and how much cash you can get out and still be comfortable with the monthly payments. They can go over scenario after scenario, and then they can lock in the interest rate for you over the phone. Take care of the paperwork later. It's very exciting. Everybody who's I wish that everybody who could be helped by this program, those of you paying 7% or more on your mortgage, an adjustable rate mortgage, and especially those of you out there with credit card debt, it's time for you to take action. It's very hard for me to see it going lower than this, but nobody knows for sure. But I do know that there's recently been inflationary pressure that's been evident in the economy, in the producer price index and the consumer price index, and that's something the Federal Reserve worries a lot about. I think the market has already built in that there's going to be a rate cut by the Fed, and he's speaking in front of Congress, so we'll see what happens as far as that, if there's an effect that comes from that. But, you know, inflationary pressures is what the Fed is most concerned with. So it is possible that you may see a jump, actually, when the rate when the rate change is announced, because right now it's already built in that there's going to be a 0.5% apparently, and usually what we see happen is actually money comes out of long-term bonds and into stocks in that occasion. So even though short-term rates may come down, we usually, in my experience, see that the long-term rates jump. So I would advise anybody who right now is a homeowner and would like to take advantage of the ability to not only lower your monthly payments, lock in a nice fixed rate of 5% with an APR of 5.78 and a cost per thousand borrowed only $5.37 for 360 payments, to call 718-380-0006. Get the facts. Find out what works for you. Conventional, FHA, maybe it's another type of program. We have it all for you at First Republic, inclusive of the government-backed programs, which I think, as of now, everybody knows, mortgage brokers cannot offer to you direct like First Republic does. Remember at First Republic that we process, approve, and close everything under one roof. We have conventional as well as FHA underwriters here in the building. So everything gets done under one roof, and you benefit from that. You save time, you save money. I encourage you, please, if you're a homeowner, get the facts. Don't make assumptions. If you've been rejected elsewhere, don't let that hold you back. Persevere. Call and get the facts. See what we can do for you. Don't go by what the other guy can do for you, or even your own bank where you maybe have your money, or the one that's currently doing the servicing on your loan. Even if they both turn you away, we've helped many people in that situation. Make the phone call. You don't want to have a regret later. 718-380-0006. Now, we also have a really exciting 15-year program. 15 years. 15 years at 4.5%. Again, for FHA and for conventional. That's exciting stuff. You know, we were able to help you trade your 30-year mortgage for a 15-year mortgage. Now, remembering, there's no cash out of pocket required for any type of refinancing because you can finance all the costs. So imagine not having to come up with cash out of pocket, being able to trade your 30-year mortgage for a 15-year mortgage and still have your payments stay the same. And consolidate debts and even see your payments go lower. You want to get cash out? You know what? Get the facts. You may never have thought of a 15-year opportunity, but at 4.5, you can't afford not to get the facts. 718-380-0006. Look at your credit card statements, see what you're paying. Now, we got a full house of loan officers here. We got Aaron, David, Eddie, John Fahim, John Woods, Minesh, Rajan, Sandra, Shazim. They're standing by to take your call right now. So you're not going to get a clerk. You're not going to get a service. You're going to speak directly to a seasoned loan officer who will be able to tell you exactly what you can and cannot qualify for, can run through different scenarios. They have the cutting edge in software so they can plug in the numbers, and if you want to change one number, well, all the other numbers can be changed immediately, and they can tell you what effect that will have on your costs as well as your monthly payments. Get the facts. You have the ability right now to get incredibly low rates. I don't think there's anybody out there who would not say, I can't believe that 5% and 4%, 4.5% are very, very low numbers. But when you take into account the ability for people with past credit problems, people who have a low credit score, to still take advantage of that FHA option, that makes it incredibly, incredibly special. And I've been checking around. You know, the average rate in the country is at 5.48, so almost 5.5. So you have the opportunity here, even with past credit problems, to get the lowest rate that I'm aware of. So make the call right now. Speak to the loan officers. Remember, you know, if you're paying bills right now that are above 7% on your mortgage, if you have credit card bills, and if you look at the statements, you may find you're not paying 18% like you thought. You're really paying 30%. It's time for you to take action. It's time for you to take action. Because once you call 718-380-0006, you start the ball in motion. And then we take care of everything from there, even coming to your house in order to get documents signed, to retrieve needed documents. We bend over backwards to make it as easy as possible for you. And I want you to take action to get the facts. Can you imagine what it would be like to walk out of a closing with no credit card debt in 2 weeks? Can you even imagine it? It's happening here every single day to people just like you. The only difference is they made a call. 718-380-0006. I like to say that when you keep writing your checks for those credit cards, your high-rate mortgage, it's like leaving the windows open on a cold day like today with the heat on. You would never do that. If you came home and found your kids had all the windows open and turned the heat way up, you'd be pretty upset. But you know what? You're throwing away much more money than that every single month. You might be missing out on the ability to reduce your monthly payments as much as $500 to $1,000 a month, the ability to get some cash, maybe for some needed home improvements, maybe for college, maybe for extended vacation. Whatever it is that you do with the money, it's up to you. The bottom line is you can free it up from being part of your house, the equity in your house, to being cash in your pocket. And we always reach out and we utilize the term house rich, cash poor. That means your house has equity in it. You've owned it for at least 3 years. There's equity there. But maybe you don't have that much in the bank. Maybe you're not happy with what you have in the bank. And maybe your credit card debt dwarfs, the amount of money that you have in the bank. Well, now's the time to give us a call, 718-380-0006, because you could, if you can imagine it, it's a fact. It does happen here every day. You can make that phone call to 718-380-0006 and 2 weeks later actually walk out of a closing with no credit card debt to make payments on, lower total monthly payments, and actually walk out with some cash in your pocket. It's revolutionizing your own personal economy. You have the opportunity to make it happen, to actually allow us to make it happen for you. Give us the opportunity to show you what the facts are. Then once you have the facts, it's an easy decision as to what you want to do. We encourage you to gather facts every way you possibly can. And then, of course, we believe that the The decision is an easy one to make. First Republic Mortgage Bankers eliminates the middleman for all mortgages. Again, call 718-380-0006 because one call truly does it all. You make the call and let us do it all for you. First Republic Mortgage Bankers is a licensed mortgage banker, direct lender in New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, Pennsylvania, Florida, Delaware, Maryland, Georgia, South Carolina, headquartered at 110 Jericho Turnpike, Floral Park, New York.